This is Team Andrew's annual report for the year ending December 31st, 2022. Our team consists of Wael Alromi, Chris Stern, Constance Buck, Luther Cameron, and myself, Ryan Wilson. Through the course of this presentation, we will discuss our highlights for 2022, what could have been done to improve our performance over the course of the simulation, some of our financial highlights, our future strategic goals, and some of the important lessons we learned over the course of this simulation. Andrews was very profitable in 2022 and has been increasing in profitability since 2018. In 2018, Andrews had a loss of $8 million, but over the course of only 4 years has been consistently profitable and ended the year 2022 with a net profit of $9 million. Andrews originally focused primarily on traditional and low-end markets and now competes in only 3 market segments. This year, Andrews realized excellent market share in each of these 3 segments: 26% of the traditional market, 20% of the low-end market, and 34% of the high-end market. Our ending cash position saw a positive bump of $33 million to end the year with a cash position of $76 million. We also have been working on aggressive research and development strategies and product development to help offset increasing variable costs and to continue to grow with the market, increase our profits, and increase our overall market share. We are also proud to announce that none of the nearly 1,000 employees working for Andrews separated from the company this year as a result of our investments in training and recruiting spending. Over the course of the simulation, we feel that we could have run our company more effectively by focusing more closely on the margins earned by each of our products as opposed to producing to meet demand, which can potentially result in lower profits. In this same effort of increasing our margins, we would have done well by more closely monitoring our expenses related to second shift and overtime while trying to keep production at a level sufficient to satisfy demand. We also would have preferred to produce our low-end and traditional products at capacity to avoid stockouts which were seen earlier than expected. Unfortunately, our stockouts were also due to early investments in automation, which made it more difficult and expensive to add necessary capacity to keep up with the growth of these 2 market segments. As a result, we lost out on a potential increase of 5% market share in both the traditional and low-end segments. Along with this, we would have tried to avoid selling capacity in our product Atom and ASAP, as we have been unable to keep up with growing demand since. This year, Andrews reached a new sales record of nearly $250 million, which is more than double our sales of $119 million seen just 3 years ago in 2019. Our stock price has also been performing very well and increased by $8.68 per share over the course of 2022 to end the year at $50.64 per share. This increase in stock price is part of a trend over the past few years. Andrews has had 3 consecutive years of significant stock increases. An increase of $14.86 in 2020, a stock increase of $8.08 in 2021, and an increase that we just mentioned of $8.68 in 2022. Also, as we mentioned earlier in the presentation, we saw a cash position increase of $33 million this year to give Andrews a closing cash position of $76 million. Not all of our financial highlights can be positive, however, and it is important to recognize negative trends so that they may be addressed. For instance, our total variable costs were nearly $196 million in the year 2022, which is more than double what they were just 4 years ago in 2018 when they were only $90 million. Another negative financial factor in Andrews' performance has been our substantial long-term interest expense, which has been a considerable cost for our company for a number of years and cost us about $10.8 million in 2022. Our goals moving forward include extending our accounts receivable payment terms, which were held steady at 30 days for the course of the simulation to allow customers greater flexibility in their payment schedules. We intend to continue ramping up both production and sales to keep up with not only the market growth, but our own specific growing market share and our demand growth. Although we are not opposed to introducing new products in the future, we are committed to continuing our recent financial growth and reducing excess spending. We intend to continue to invest in automation and various total quality management programs to help realize our goals of decreasing spending and to help address problems with our increased variable costs due to expenses associated with labor and materials. Marketing and customer awareness will also become a major focus of Team Andrews in future years, and we have set a goal of achieving over 85% customer awareness and accessibility for the full range of our products. Finally, going forward, we intend to continue to be flexible so we can continue to adapt to changing market conditions. As we mentioned previously, our strategy primarily focused on the low-end and traditional market segments initially, but the success of our high-end product called Again, introduced in 2019, caused us to shift our strategy. We believe that flexibility and a willingness to adapt our strategy to the realities of our market are key to our continued success. Over the course of this simulation, our team has learned a lot. One of the most important of these was that it can be very difficult to implement what we believe to be an ideal strategy in a realistic marketplace. We have realized that it is important to balance flexibility in terms of being able to adapt a strategy to changing market conditions with rigidity, meaning a willingness to suffer through temporary downturns in the market in order to hold on to our strategies. We have also learned that the positioning of our product should be determined based on customer trends rather than just what we believe the ideal spot should be. As they say, the customer is always right, and we have learned that it is important to recognize and respond to changes in consumer demand and tastes. Through our own group interactions, we have come to understand the importance of teamwork and effective communication. The relationship each member of our team has with the rest of the team must be maintained in order to cooperate and make necessary decisions even when faced with tough choices and differing opinions. This has been Team Andrews' annual report for the year ending December 31st, 2022. We hope that you have found this information insightful.